Ready?
Yep, already.
Dun, 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 dun.
Just let it down.
Just let it flow.
It's all right. Yeah, it looks pretty.
I got a little hat.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and family, we're here to celebrate the joining of these two wonderful people together. They have been married in the temple early this afternoon, and we're here to enjoy each other's company and have a ring ceremony. I am Stephen's father, Michael Davis. I'm also a bishop in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and as such I'm authorized in the state of Ohio to perform marriages, although this is not a marriage ceremony. This is a ring ceremony. First, I'd like to talk a little bit about how I first came to know Aryan, Sarah, Morectus. And she first came to visit our family in December, this past Christmas. And I heard a little bit about Aryan before she came to visit, and Stephen had said, "This is pretty serious." And I said, "Really? And tell me about her." Well, she's her father's from Iran. He said, "She's Persian. This is awesome." I'm very excited because, as people who know me will attest, when I married my wife Giselle with her beautiful dark hair, I had many visions of having dark-haired daughters running around, and as you can see here, it didn't happen. So I'm now using my sons to recruit daughters with dark hair into the family, so I'm very happy about this. Also, I went out to Idaho this summer because I'm somewhat of a student of history, and certain things I think are very important, and I wanted to see the exact location where Aryan and Stephen met. And it happened to be in the bookstore at BYU, Idaho, where Aryan was working. And so I had her go get behind the counter just as it happened and recreated the whole scene so I could see it for myself. And apparently Stephen, in his bold way, simply bought his books and said, "Here's my phone number." And so she thought, wow, that was different, and went back and talked to some of her friends and said, "What should I do? This boy gave me his number out of the blue." And they said, of course, as girls would, "Is he cute?" She said, "Yeah, well then text him," or whatever. So I don't know exactly how it happened, but I think I'm pretty close. And that's how it got started.
Except for when they said, "Is he cute?" I was like, he's okay.
Their first fight.
So, Aryan, as you know, is a beautiful woman and is also an excellent singer, and those are some of her qualities. But she also has a quality that she loves Stephen. Stephen is an excellent golfer, the class clown, and also he loves Aryan. And so for the two of you, I would make it your objective so that in the future, when anyone describes one or the other of you to someone else, that very high on the list of your qualities is, well, he really loves his wife, or she really loves her husband. That's what people know about you. I have some words of advice, some of which you have heard previously this morning, but we'll share these again. These are from various church leaders in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so I'll just share some of these with you. In Genesis 2:24, we learned that at the creation of man and woman, unity for them in marriage was not given as a hope. It was a command. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. Marriage is the foundry for social order, the fountain of virtue, and the foundation for eternal exaltation. The union is not merely between husband and wife. It embraces a partnership with God. President David O. McKay observed that too many couples come to marriage looking upon the marriage ceremony as the end of courtship. You heard this morning. Instead of the beginning of an eternal courtship. Love can be starved to death as literally as the body that receives no sustenance. Love feeds upon kindness and courtesy. A happy marriage is not so much a matter of romance as it is an anxious concern for the comfort and well-being of one's companion. And in the proclamation to the world regarding the family, the church leaders have said that successful marriages and families are established and maintained on principles of faith, prayer, repentance, forgiveness, respect, love, compassion, work, and wholesome recreational activities. I'm sure that Stephen is most familiar with recreational activities, but it's not all play out there. I would advise you, and as I advise most couples for whom I perform marriages, to find a situation that you can laugh at every day. Usually, I'm concerned that they may not do that. I'm not concerned with you that there will be laughter in your marriage. That's okay. Also, I think it's especially important for you to, inasmuch as you come from a different heritage than Stephen, and you should both continue to embrace your unique heritages in your family going forward, just like Masood and Lisa have done. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm as excited as anyone to see these families come together. Stephen was born in Houston, Texas, very hot and humid, like today, and Aryan born in Rexburg, Idaho, where it's, I think, quite chilly, cold, rainy. Those are just locations on a map. What you have together circumvents and encompasses and expands and goes beyond just your family heritage and who your parents are and where you're from. You are now your own unique partnership. You're a new company. You can start your own culture and your own traditions. And I advise you to do that as well. You heard this morning, and I'm going to echo it, that I will make you a promise that if you do kneel in prayer every day, hand in hand, that your marriage will continue to thrive and strengthen. That is a promise that I'm very confident about. And also, I would have you remember 5 words, and they're different words for each one of you. And just practice them and get used to saying them. And for Aryan, I think it would be, thanks for your help today. So you have to make sure you help her so that she can say that. Thanks for your help today. So show appreciation for the things that your spouse does. And for Stephen, I think the magic words for any successful husband are, yes, dear, you're probably right. And I think if you stick with those kinds of mindsets, you'll be happy. You'll do very well. So at this point, if you want to retrieve the rings from your best man, we'll have the exchange of rings. Now, the tradition of wedding ring, go ahead and do this. The tradition of the wedding ring goes back a lot further for women for wearing wedding rings than it does for men. But it is a symbol and an emblem that's appropriate for, because Stephen and Aryan were married in the temple, their marriage is eternal, just as the ring is a nice symbol of eternity in that it's a complete circle, there's no beginning, there's no end. So it's a good reminder of that. So now that you've exchanged rings, you may kiss each other. And friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, I present Mr. and Mrs. Stephen Page Davis. Go straight out and these people follow you. Go ahead.